Hello, Gaudi, and welcome to your history lesson today. And as you know, our topic this term is all about sunflowers and the artist Van Gogh. So, in this session, we're going to think about how we can describe Van Gogh from his portraits. Now, that's a new word for us. Are you ready? Portrait. Portrait. A portrait is a picture that you draw or you paint of yourself. So if I was going to draw a picture, I'd maybe look in a mirror and then I would draw myself and then I might paint it. So it's a picture that you paint or draw of yourself. Now here's Mr. Vincent Van Gogh. Now, what do you notice about these portraits? He painted these all by himself. So these portraits painted by Van Gogh. What do you notice? Pause the video here. I'll give you a couple of questions to think about. What do you notice about what he's wearing? What do you notice about his face? Maybe look at his eyes, his lips, look at his facial expression. Right. So the first thing I noticed was that they were all quite similar colours. I noticed there were lots of blues. So his coat, his jacket he was wearing is blue over here. The background below his jacket was blue. The background here at the back even was blue in his jacket. And even with the one below here, it's quite blue. So I noticed that he used lots of different shades of blue. I also noticed he liked to wear a hat. So maybe it was a bit sunny where he was. He liked to wear a hat. I know he liked to paint. What clue do you think I have seen that shows me he likes to paint? That's right. He's got a palette, which is a little tray that you put all your paint on, and he's got paint brushes with a canvas and an easel. And he's got a ginger beard. So he was ginger. He had ginger coloured hair, which is like an auburn orange, and he's got a beard and a moustache. Right, let's have a look at these. Now, do you notice? Okay, so here's a question for you. What do you notice about his face in these pictures and the colours that were used in comparison to this one? What do you notice as similarities? That's right, I've noticed the same. He's used lots of blues, he's used lots of dark colours. How do you think he might have been feeling when he's used all these dark colours? Now, not so long ago when you were in Gaudi, we did a discovery day. I think it might have been rainbows, and we talked about the types of colours we use to show what mood we're in. So these colours, quite dark, and most of them are blue. So he might have been calm. Do you think he was very happy? Right, you can also see, I noticed that in these pictures, he looked a little bit fuller around the face. And when you look at these pictures, his face has got a bit thin and it's got a bit gaunt, which makes me think that maybe he might have been a bit poorly. Did you also notice his eyes and his facial expression? Do you think he looks happy? I don't think, I think he looks quite sad. He looks quite miserable, and maybe something that's upsetting. He doesn't look very happy. And if we go back to the previous one, we can see in this one that he's got a bit of a smile there, maybe when he's painting, but generally when you look at him, he doesn't look very happy. And you can tell that by his eyes and about his lips and about the shape of it and the facial expression, especially in this part. Now, how about this one? What are the similarities? What do you notice here? Do you notice any different colours he might have used? And maybe what he's wearing? So with the blue, he certainly used a lighter shade of blue in this top one wearing his bowler hat and in these two. But look how dark this one is. So that again shows us he's not in a very happy place there. He might have been feeling a little bit happier when he's got shades of blue. I have a feeling his favourite colour may have been blue. Just by looking at what I can see, I don't know that for a fact. This is what I deduced. Okay, that's what I've thought using the pictures that I've seen, so we've got lots of blue, and we've got blue again. So maybe he liked blue. Maybe he was calm, but he still wasn't very happy. Again, that's my opinion. That's what I think by looking at these pictures. Oh, there's a contrast difference here. What do you notice about these four? Pause the video to have a think. Right, he's changed his colours completely. He's very, very dark here. We've got lots of brown, black. We've got dark orange, and it's almost like an auburn, dark brown in the back here. So in these ones, we can tell he's not very happy. Maybe it tells a lot. It tells us a lot about the mood that he was feeling at the time. But he's still painting. Look, did you notice? He's still painting. Pause the video. What do you think about these colours? How do you think he might be feeling here? Right? His colours are very light compared to these four. These four very dark. And here, they're very light. And look, have you noticed the different brush strokes he's now using? The way he painted these four portraits of himself are very different to what he's painted here. He's tried to, maybe he was experimenting with different colours. So he's still got a bit of blue, but he's using lighter colours. Another word for lighter colours is pastel colours. Now, your task, your turn. I want you to tell me, what do you know? What can you tell me about Van Gogh from his portraits? I want you to think about his facial expression, maybe his facial hair. Do you think so? When I mean facial hair, if you go back and have a look at his photographs, portraits even, you can see the hair's quite short there on his beard. But when you look at the others, look, it's grown. So do you think they were taken in the same period? Do you think they were taken in the same year? Or do you think they were taken over a longer period of time where he got older? And did you also notice they're a very similar age? Look, he looks older here. And if you look at the face and you look at the skin and the dimensions and how his skin looks. So I want you to look at his facial expressions. Think about his age through all the pictures. Do you think it's from when he was really extremely young, for example, a teenager, to when he got older? Or do you think it's from a shorter period of time? And I want you to think about the colours used. Now, you can either write this down or you can get an adult to record you and upload to Tapestry. So I don't mind. So what can you tell me about Van Gogh from his portrait? Let's have two. Can you tell me two things that you've deduced, okay, that you've thought about, what you think about Van Gogh using his portrait and using what you can see, not what the internet says, not what I've said, but what do you think? And remember, you can explain why. That would mean that you have looked at his portraits really well. Right, Gaudi? We will see you tomorrow.